that's little Jimmy right there.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
I know. There's his sister Connie.
Aww.
It was originally Cornelia that I wrote down, but I forgot that for a while, and so I started calling her Connie.
Oh, there you go.
This is his birthday. Right?
Did you knit that sweater?
Well, you know what? When it's his birthday, I want him to have a good time. And actually, my plan was I was going to get him this feast because I figured it's his birthday. He should have something
like a snake steak.
But not snake meat, not cannibal, not
no,
cannibalistic.
No. Oh God, no. That was not the.
I guess maybe like a little puny snake that was going to get eaten anyway. That might have been fine, but that wasn't what I had in mind.
Okay, no. Well, that's not what I was trying to say either.
Well, my idea of the snake steak was actually like a mouse, because usually it just eats the dead mice.
Right.
So I go there. I'm like, okay, well, she should have a wonderful birthday meal. I told them that it was little Jimmy's birthday, and they wouldn't sell me a live mouse.
Those bastards.
I mean, isn't that ridiculous?
It is. That is outrageous. Well, okay. I mean, could you just get some mice from a field and just start breeding them or something?
The problem, though, is that, beyond just my physical limitations in chasing little mice, I think if I had a bunch of them in my house, they'd have babies, they'd have mouse babies.
Oh.
And the babies would have babies, and then the grandbabies would have grandbabies.
So many babies and
so many
mice.
babies.
Right.
I mean, it's insanity.
Messy, yeah.
It's literally messy.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's kind of what it comes down to. And I don't think he could even eat that many.
Right.
Jimmy doesn't like to overeat. He's pretty good about it. He's got a good discipline.
You don't eat fat snakes.
No, I mean, he's not an Olympic swimmer snake. He doesn't need that many calories.
Do snakes swim?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever gone in the water? There's snakes in there. I think we're on the same page.
I think so too, for sure.
And you know what? This craziness, this chaos that we're talking about right here, that's exactly why the legislation is so important. That's why we need it.
Right.
Snakes need legislation just like we do.
Snakes are people too.
Snakes are people too. I mean, it's a good slogan.
It is.
For a campaign.
It's a great slogan. It's a good. That's probably what I'll title this podcast as. Snakes are people too.
I cannot wait to read it when it comes out in the paper. I think this podcast is going to be a fantastic piece in the paper.
Now, like I said before, you can't read it. It's a listening thing.
Let's not make assumptions about my education level.
Now say into the microphone what exactly the snakes are fighting.
The seals are fighting. How close?
No, you know what? You can
inches?
lean back in your chair and just direct it towards. No, leave it.
Is it aimed?
You don't need to touch it.
Don't touch.
Don't touch.
Okay. If I talk,
that's a very expensive microphone. Just look and aim your speech.
Look and aim.
You don't need to look. What exactly are the snakes fighting for?
Well, I mean, remember, they're like you and me. They're no different whatsoever. Really? Oh, I mean, somewhat.
They're snakes.
There's
they're
some significant differences, but they want life. They want liberty. They want the pursuit of happiness. They're really not different than us. I mean, it's not really. They've got magazines about snakes even. That's how much like us they are. And I've been talking to a lot of those magazines. I talked to Snake Weekly, to U.S. Snake, to Snake.
I've not heard of that.
It's a big one. If you go in the snake aisle in the magazine stores, you'll find them. I mean, it's probably pretty close to where your podcast ends up in the paper. Like when the paper comes out and people read the podcast in it, you go an aisle over to the snake aisle, you'll find Snakey Snake.
You don't need to read a podcast, you listen.
Well, sometimes you do need to read it though, because it's hard to understand what you hear. It goes one ear and out the other, but it doesn't generally go in one eye and out the other.
But do you think any of these periodicals will really capture the nuance of snakes the way that my show will?
I imagine they can basically describe what the legislation needs to be.
Well, I mean, Congressman Fargo, anybody can detail them.
Councilman, technically, but I intend to be a congressman in the not-too-distant future.
So you're not actually a congressman? You're
well,
a councilman.
In the not-too-distant future, I'm sure I will be one. And then when they read this classic podcast in the newspaper,
no one's going to
when they look at it on the online, then they're going to go back and they're going to try to find it, and they're going to see, well, he's a congressman now. Why is she calling him councilman?
Because
we're talking about consistency here.
I'm going to write down councilman, just not to confuse people, and we'll say councilman for now. So, Councilman Fargo. Nuance is my thing.
Got it.
Yes. And I want to take that nuance to places it didn't even know existed. Bring that nuance to the frontier, the final frontier, so to speak, of nuance. I'm just so glad you didn't go to any other place like KETV or WOWT or any of the T's really, or CNN.
Yeah, me too.
You didn't go to CNN, did you?
CNN. It's I mean.
I want you to say it with me.
So
I will not.
I will not go to
CNN.
CNN.
That wasn't really with me, but it was after me.
I overcompensated a little bit. Do
You
we
did.
want to do it again?
No,
do we
you know
want to go
what?
again?
It's okay. We're both on the same page about CNN, I think.
We're looking in the future.
We're looking in the future. A future without CNN.
Our eyes are crystal balls. I want, these snakes out here, they don't know how good it's going to get.
They don't.
They are unhappily ignorant now. I want to work with you to make sure that they're blissfully ignorant.
Yes.
That's why.
Bliss for them.
Bliss for the snakes out there that don't even know. They don't know what they don't have, but I think that they're going to get it. And, I think that's important.
Yeah, that's great.
What's wrong? You see a snake down there?
Well, no, you know what? I'm just going to have you, can you just pause? Just for like a second, just like a nanosecond.
Yeah.
Just like chill, pause, hang out. Hold your thoughts though. Hold the thought train.
My train of thoughts.
Your train of thoughts. Hold it, because I like it, and I want to hop on that train.
What's on? Is there a snake down there?
Well, no, there's yeah, kind of.
Really?
But it's not a real it's not a real snake. It's a person. But
He might not. Maybe he's not supposed. Maybe he's lost.
But for now, the train has just got to just.
It's chilling in the station.
It's chilling.
It's refueling.
Yes,
Right now.
Yeah, just refuel the train. There's just
Fixing
a thing.
a tire.
Yeah, do trains have tires?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll just be a second.
Okay.
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 You just stay here.
Okay.
There's just a thing.
Okay.
I've just gotta.
Whatever you need.
Yeah. Okay.
Train's here. I guess I'll keep the listeners. I'll keep them happy while Pepper's away. I don't know when the radio show ends, or how long it goes, or when the commercial breaks are. But I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. Welcome aboard the Councilman train.
Hey, can I get a skinny vanilla latte, please?
Sure thing.
Since when do you get skinny?
I'm trying to get skinny. So, how are you?
Good. I'm doing a podcast for NPR. So what are you doing here?
I just.
Are you staying here for a while? Do you just want to stay and chat?
Yeah,
Cool. Let me just get a refill of my drink, okay? Remember what it was? It's okay. All my usual: a double venti, half soy, non-fat, decaf chocolate brownie, iced vanilla, double shot gingerbread frappuccino, extra hot with foam, whipped cream, upside down, double blended with one sweet and low and one NutraSweet. And could you just throw 2 ice cubes in there, literally 2? Great. Thanks. Come on, let's go.
So, what's...
what are you doing these days? Sorry.
Why don't you go first, actually?
Okay, well, I'm really fucking great. I just got a radio show with the all great, all powerful NPR, so yeah. Thank you
so much.
Tony.
Thank you.
This isn't what I ordered.
Oh, no. They got your order wrong? You know what? I mean, at a place like this, the guy was just, you know what? I will take care of it for you.
You know
I will
what?
go have a powwow with the guy.
No, we don't need to have a
We'll get it
powwow.
straightened out.
There's no
I
powwows
can
that
go
need to happen.
with
You
the
just,
guy. I'll
you
get
know
it
what?
all sorted out.
No.
No,
This
it's fine,
is
it's fine.
no powwow zone. Why don't you just sit and stay. Just
Okay,
chill.
all right.
You know what?
Okay, fine.
We're on a train right now. We're riding
Drink your
this train
coffee.
together. So you know what? Choo choo. You're on board. Let's just stay here. Okay. I'm gonna drink my coffee. Okay.
All right, okay. Great.
So, what are you doing?
I'm writing a book right now, actually. Well, I'm doing research for a book, but I will be writing a book soon. The reporting job just sort of, it opened some doors for me, and I met a publisher who kind of wants to he wants me to write a book, and so I've been doing that sort of between the stories that I've been doing. So yeah.
What reporting job?
Well, I think you know the one.
Do I? It wouldn't happen to rhyme with BNM, would it?
You know what, Pepper? No, it does not rhyme with anything, actually. So, what is your show called again? Pepper, thoughts, Pepper with thoughts, peppers.
No, I'm doing this NPR gig.
Yeah, right. Is that what you're doing with that guy then?
Him? Yeah, he was just showing me pictures of his snakes. Little hats on and sweaters. Kind of funny. Mostly strange. He's a weird guy.
Okay.
I was interviewing him for my show, my podcast, The Nuanced Side with Pepper Swanson. So,
Do snakes ponder existence?
I don't know. I'm not taking the contemporary existentialism angle anymore, okay? That's dead along with Sartre. No, this is different. This is all about the nuance, because I think that's really important these days. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm not really sure I do.
Well, it's a noun, a subtle difference in or of shade of meaning, existence, or sound.
I know what the word nuance means.
Do you?
Do you?
It's like a latte. Lattes are so nuanced these days.
That sounds very NPR.
Look, I am bringing issues, real issues, like snake legislation, to the forefront of the American mind, and there is no bias. No mainstream corporate sellout bias. Something that you probably would know a little bit about, huh? Yeah, that's right. I am looking at these snakes from every angle. Up, down, sideways, diagonal angles. All the angles. It's a panorama of snakes. A snakeorama, if you will. And I'm looking at these snakes and I'm going to give them all the nuance in the world. You just take the random average person off the street, you bring them in here, you shove the nuance in their face and up their ass, and they won't even know it hit them.
Yep, sounds like a lot of nuance.
It's a shit ton of nuance, Bradley. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, alright.
You know what I mean? I don't think you do.
Are you asking me that because of where I work?
I don't know. Where do you work?
Oh, I think you know.
I am so disappointed that you would sink to that level. I didn't think you had it in you. Mainstream corporate sellout snake oil salesman.
What is with you and snakes today?
I've been talking a lot about snakes. I don't know.
Can't you separate your work life from the people in front of you? I mean, I'm literally right here. Who's going to legislate for me?
You're just upset that I may or may not have called you a snake during our breakup. Well, you know what? That was a long-ass time ago. You just need to grow up and get over it.
All right, yeah. How did you even know that I knew that you called me that?
Oh, so now you care about sources and where you get your information from. I see how it is.
Okay, all right. And, you know, calling somebody a snake behind their back is not very nuanced.
You don't even know what it means.
Yes, I do. You defined it for me earlier. You're just, you know what? You're overusing that word.
You shut your big fat stupid mouth right now, or I'm gonna shut it for you.
Oh, will you?
Maybe I will. Maybe I'm gonna shut your mouth so hard you won't even remember your own name.
Bathroom or...
Yeah, bathroom, 20 seconds.
All right, let's do it.
All right, meet me.
I'll meet you there.
Okay.
20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 11,